Hey folks, welcome. Here we discuss real stories by real people. Today we have the story of a man whose girlfriend of 4 years cheated on him with his cousin. Let's see how it goes. Story 1. My girlfriend, 27, and I, 32, have been dating for 4 years, some of it long distance. And then I uprooted myself and moved closer to her. She lived in a different state. Things were seemingly going great, and I started even looking for a ring and even a house. I had never felt a connection with a person so strongly before. About 2 months ago, my girlfriend and I went to my sister's wedding and had a grand time. We reconnected with a lot of family, and it was a fun weekend. I even got to catch up with my cousin, who was like a little brother to me, and was excited to hear he was looking to move to a city near me. Fast forward 2 weeks, and I began to notice his name coming up in texts on her phone, and she would disappear for long periods of time. One day, she went to send a text message to someone, and I saw his name on the screen with the words, "I miss you," which was sent by her. It hit me like a truck, and I'm still trying to get over the emotions I felt from that day. I'm skimming over details, but she tried to explain how it was innocent at first and turned into a real connection that she couldn't put down. She started fantasizing of a life with him, but that she still loved me and was just confused. For a while, they both lied to me to cover their tracks. I sensed that she was telling him very personal things about my relationship with her, and they continued to plot how to keep in contact despite me still being around. I moved out of state again to get away from the situation. I didn't have a real support system there because I had just moved there for her. My trust was obviously shattered, and I had anxiety problems whenever her phone would make some sound. She seemed like such a different person after I found out, and felt so cold towards me. I know they're still in contact. I can't get over the feelings of betrayal, not only from her, but from my cousin as well. On top of that, the feeling that she'd come to her senses and snap out of it still gets to me too. I check my phone constantly to see if she'd call or text, and look through my emails every day. Nothing. I look through her social media profiles and she seems happy, while I'm here like this. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, because I thought I really knew her, and I'm still hoping that person would come back to me. I thought working out, traveling, finding new hobbies and such would help me, and it does distract me for some time. But the thoughts of all of this situation always seem to creep back in and ruin me again. I don't know what to do. How do I get over this? How do I trust again? We haven't officially killed it. I know I should have long ago. I know I deserve better. Why can't I let it go? Edit. Most of my stuff is still at her place, and my dad offered to drive all the way with me to pick up my stuff. I really want my stuff back. Should I give it more time or just go get it? Edit 2. I see some other silver lining in this. As a stipulation for moving to a different state, I was able to keep my job and work remotely from my girlfriend's city. Now that I'm free of her, I can actually work wherever I want. I can travel, even live wherever. This excites me, probably not as much as it should, but my eyes are slowly opening. You've all been really helpful in that. Update. I'm doing better these days, 2 months after the incident. A lot of you suggested that I go get my stuff immediately, and I did that about a month ago. It was a cathartic drive from Florida to Texas with my dad. I had made up my mind that if I did see her during the process of retrieving my things, that I would not acknowledge her in any way. And that's what happened for the most part. She did hand me a letter to read, and I didn't for a few weeks, until I was sure nothing in it could affect me. It didn't. She said that she cherished the time we had together, and that we were going in opposite directions. But that she always had a place for me in her heart. Yeah, whatever. She's the worst. I remind myself of that every time. Anyway, back to picking up my things. I was actually annoyed. She texted me beforehand saying she was working that day. So I was relieved that I wouldn't see her. But the morning I was arriving, she sent me another text that she wasn't feeling well and would be there. Looking back though, I'm glad it happened that way. It confirmed to me that I didn't feel anything at the sight of her, if not a little anger. There were no feelings left. I didn't get a chance to speak with her dad alone, which was okay. Her ex seemed to linger around to maybe listen to us. I have a feeling that's why she stayed home. Anyway, it's for her to explain if she ever decides to come clean. He did seem confused about how quickly our relationship disintegrated, and I just explained briefly that things happen for a reason, and this was just something that couldn't work out. Her mom called me while I was there and expressed her sadness that she couldn't see me, and wished me all the best, and hoped that things would still work out. I just said I appreciated that and again reiterated how I was so thankful for their hospitality, but that I was ready to move forward with my life. She understood, and we left it at that. I still feel anger whenever a memory of her comes to the surface. I don't know when that will subside, if ever, but I'm okay with it right now. Things with my cousin are still where they were. More of my large family is beginning to learn about his part in this, and I'm feeling more relieved about that. But I'm aggravated to hear some of the things my cousin has been saying in his own defense, and that he had shown his dad his phone and there were no messages between them. It's easy to delete things, obviously, and he was talking to her in the past primarily through Snapchat, which, if you're not familiar with the app, does not retain any chat history after the messages have been read by the receiving party. I'm not dumb, and I'm irritated that he thinks his dad is that naive. Anyway, I'm not interested in resolving anything with him in the near future, and I'm bowing out of some family get-togethers these upcoming holidays to make it known that I don't want to be anywhere near him. And for the most part, my family is respecting those wishes, albeit sadly. I reject any of the false responsibility I had in protecting either of them, and it's up to either of them to try and mend things. Not necessarily with me, but within themselves and their families. I've been traveling lately and have met some incredible people, one of which I had a good 5-hour conversation with while roaming the streets of Manhattan and having brunch together. I realized that I had connected to someone conversationally more in 1 hour than I did with my ex over the past few years. It showed me that there's so much more potential for me to actually be happy in the future, and that's something I can look forward to at least. That's not to say I don't still have some down moments. I still don't know what I want to do with my life, and I'm used to making plans for the future. So uncertainty does get to me some nights. I still see a therapist regularly, and I always feel relieved in verbalizing how I feel openly. I'm not sure if it even matters who listens. The process of it just feels good. Writing this feels good. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's commented, offered suggestions, opinions, and empathized with me. I understand that we are strangers, but it overwhelmed me and pointed me in the direction that I thought I should have headed. And it seems to be going well now. So, thank you. I love a happy ending, and I'm glad you get to have one, OP. It sounds like you're handling it well, and you are realizing the bullshit they both were trying to feed you and refused to swallow. I think the cousin should be dead to you, and it's best to go no contact with your ex too. It may sound cold, but there's nothing good for you from talking to her again. Block her and never look back. Eventually, you will realize she was a learning experience. I hope you find someone better. Good luck, OP. Now for some comments. I'm so happy you're doing well. Sometimes the best revenge is leading a good life. The hatred does simmer after a while. You will never want to rekindle things. I mean, let's be honest. Why the hell would you want to? But the hate, the strong feelings will eventually fade as you grow and mature more. You let it go, not for his sake, but for your own mental health. But you sure as hell have learned a harsh lesson. Anyone can betray you, even someone like a brother. The girl, you will laugh about this one day. As much as he's an asshole, he did you a favor. Does not change the fact that he's an asshole, though. Sounds to me as though things went as well as they possibly could have, especially the 5-hour chat in Manhattan. I think you're going to be just fine. Story 2. I, 20 male, was walking home with my girlfriend, 18, of 5 months. We were walking back from college, and she was talking about her previous relationships, and mentioned one that stood out to me. She mentioned that while she was dating her ex, she was also sleeping with his best friend at the same time. Then went on to tell me, "I could be cheating on you and you wouldn't even know. Is this a warning sign and should I break up with her because this is all I can think about now?" She was showing me a picture she took on a recent trip, before we were together. And while swiping, I saw several dick pics. Or is this a sign that she's comfortable with me now and trusts me by telling me this information? I should also add, when she went to her hometown for Christmas, she kissed her ex and didn't tell me about it. I found out about it later by looking in her phone. Update. Thank you first and foremost to everyone who commented. It was really eye-opening for me after reading other people's perspectives. I asked her to meet with me, and when we did, I told her, "I need to end this because I don't trust you." She took it really badly and accused me of playing her, not caring about our relationship, and then said she's going to kill herself if I break up with her. I got really scared when she said this, so I started to comfort her and she tried to kiss me and ask if we could still be together. I stood my ground and told her we aren't getting back together, but I can be her friend if she needs support. This made her angry and she started swearing at me and said I cheated on her. I didn't. She gets very jealous when I talk to girls. She made me choose between her and my other female friends. Obviously, I chose her, and I'm upset I ruined my friendships because of this one person. I asked her what I meant when she said I cheated, and she said all the times I was talking about current events with my friend who is a girl. She thinks I cheated because I talk about current events over the phone. I don't talk about current events with my girlfriend, ex now, because she says they're boring. I accused her of cheating because I know she's after looking at her phone. She was flirting with 4 other guys and talking about having sex with them, and she responded with, "That's how I talk with all my friends." She made me so angry. I'm sorry if my writing skills aren't great. English is my first language. I got up and left. I blocked her on everything. Because she keeps contacting me. I found out she told all her friends I was scum to her and cheated on her, and now her friends and some of our mutual friends don't like me anymore. I got tested for STIs and they came back negative, so I'm happy about that. Thank you again to everyone who helped me. I feel more confident in myself. I'm still sad about her, but I hope this feeling of sadness and anger goes away. When I get sad, I try to get angry instead by thinking about what she did. Is this the right thing to do? It's okay to be sad, OP. If that's what you truly feel, then let yourself feel it so you can be done with it quicker. You did the right thing for the right reasons. Your ex was not a good girlfriend, and you definitely dodged a bullet. Go no contact with her. She sounds manipulative. The more you hear words coming out of her mouth, the deeper you'll get sucked in. So, let her go. Mend your former relationships and just tell the truth to your friends. They'll believe you sooner or later when they see how she treats everyone else. Now for some comments. My God, the drama. Sorry to hear this, OP. You're better off without her in your life. And if her friends know her at all and blindly accept her story, you're better off without them too. You're 20. You have a long life of way better friends ahead of you. If you still want those mutual friends, talk it over with them or show them the 2 posts. Those friends you cut ties with, do the same. Most people are understanding and know that sometimes you date a crazy person who makes crazy demands. Chances are, they're concerned about you and will be glad you've come out of a toxic relationship. If either group isn't understanding or is still mad at you, you'll make it and things will get better. If nothing else, it will help you put some distance between you and this ex. There's a special place in hell for vindictive, dumped exes that spin stories to make others and friends dislike you. I'm sorry you went through that, but I'm glad you're away from that girl. Don't stay angry too long.